Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm so excited to show you the 2021 Winnebago Revel 44E. So this is your ultimate off-roading machine. You're going to be able to go off the grid and stay off the grid longer and more comfortably. So you have three optional exterior colors. So this is the blue gray. You also have the pebble gray and the silver forest. The Revel sits on the VS30 Mercedes chassis and it has a 3-liter, 6-cylinder diesel engine. So you can get this either in the 4x4 or the 2x2. This is the 4x4, so you get 4 extra inches of clearance, so it gives you a little bit more room to go off-road and have some fun. So let's talk a little bit about the front of the Revel here. Starting at the top, we've got our marker lights, we've got our antenna. In front of your rearview mirror, that's a camera that's going to contribute to your adaptive cruise control. It reads traffic signs, so you can see speed limits. Also, we've got our blind spot monitoring and adaptive cruise control sensors across the front here. And we have a sensor right behind this panel right here in the Mercedes chassis. We've got the great windshield. We've got rain sensing windshield wipers, which are really cool. I'll show you those in a little bit. And we've got the LED headlights and the cornering fog lights. So when you're under 20 miles per hour and you're turning, those fog lights will turn with you. Behind this panel is where you would hook up a tow. If you ever need to be towed, hopefully you don't need to do that. All right, so let's talk about what's underneath the hood here. First of all, you're gonna notice this big empty space right here. It's typically where you'd see your chassis battery, but that's under basically the captain's seat inside. So you can still jump your coach from under the hood here if you need to. So your ground is right here and your positive is right there. And we have our brake fluid, our windshield wiper fluid, we have our engine air filter, and we've got our oil fill. And you're going to be able to get the reading of your oil level at your dash, and it's very accurate. We have our cabin air intake, our coolant, and our DEF. So this will get you about 5,000 miles. DEF is your diesel exhaust fluid, and you've got a very accurate reading or indicator at your dash as well on this. Now remember, DEF doesn't like heat or sunlight. Typically has a shelf life of a year. So if you know you're not going to be using your Revel for a long time, you may not want to fill that until you're ready to head out and use it. All right, so you can option in the off-road tires and the Method black rims. Then up here on our mirrors, we've got, they are internally controlled, heated. You've got your turn signal in here, and also on the driver's side, you can bring those mirrors in. If you're in a tight parking spot, you can automatically bring those in and take them back out when you're ready to go. Now right here, let's talk about this running board. Remember I tell you that Winnebago makes 70 to 75% of all of their parts. So that's huge. They're not just a RV assembler, they're actually an RV manufacturer because they make so many of their parts, they don't just put it together. So one of those examples on the Revel is this running board. I know it sounds silly, but look, I can literally bounce on that. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't even move. It doesn't even move when you set up, stand up, put all your weight on it. So you've got the aluminum running boards. It's E-coated. We've got, if you watch my factory tour video, you can see the machine that actually cuts out this rubber piece here. And we've got the W's on it again, kind of fun. And then that is connected with steel into the chassis. So super secure. We've got lights on the front and the back and underneath. And then we've got our D-ring on the front and the back. So if you want to tether your pet to that, or if you want to lock up bikes, you can do that right there very easily. We have our engine exhaust, and let's go check out the back. All right, so here at the back, we have lots to talk about. Let's start at the top here. So we've got our marker lights at the top. We have our optional air conditioning unit, so that's pretty nice because now we can go off-road and be a little bit more comfortable, especially in those hot spots. Then we've got our ladder. This will support up to 225 pounds. Super easy to move. So there is a lock on it. You just unlock it here. It just easily pulls off. You can see that it's nice and light, but really strong because it's going to support up to 225 pounds. So you can obviously go up to the roof on the back of your coach, but let's say that we need to load something right here in the center of our coach. So we're just going to hook on at the top. Make sure you've got a good base here at the bottom, and then literally so now that I'm up at the top here, I can see my solar panels. The Revel comes standard with two 100-watt solar panels, and you want to keep those clean so they work more efficiently. You can also see your roof access port up here. So you've got a black box. Winnebago thinks of everything. They've already drilled the hole into your roof, so if you want to add a satellite system, Wi-Fi booster, you have the access port right here, and then I'll show you where that comes in to the inside of your coach as well. So you can see your AC unit, solar panels, max fan vent, and then we've got our cargo carrier here. So each crossbar will support 40 pounds. So you've got 5 crossbars. This will hold as much as 200 pounds up top on your roof. Then when you're done, you just hook it right back into its spot. Line it up, and most importantly, don't forget to put that back on and lock it. Then we've got our rear view camera. As we come down, again, we've got the 4x4 here. We've got a hitch towing capacity of 5,000 pounds, and we've got a 7-way here. So with this able to tow 5,000 pounds, I don't know why you'd want to bring a Jeep along, but you could easily tow a Jeep. Wrangler, obviously you can bring lots of toys with you, so that's great options for the Revel. And right below our bumper, you can see that they've given us a spot where we can store our Stinky Slinky. Yay! Love to have a spot for that. Now I want to show you everything that you have access to from your back doors. These open nice and wide, like you can really open your van all the way up. Of course, we've got the great cargo nets there on the door, both sides, and that leads me right into the inside here. We've got our wet bay. So we've got, you can store this wherever you want, but you've got your external shower here. So you can hook that up right here. Have a nice shower, hot and cold, and then we've got our water pump here. We've got our driver's side security lights, so if you have to dump your tanks or anything, or just get gear out, you've got a light over there on the driver's side. Then you've got all your levers here for your water, and it will tell you if you're dry camping, your powerful tank fill, city water, if you're winterizing, if you need to sanitize. So speaking of winterizing, it's something you don't have to do if we're lucky enough to have you as one of our storage customers at National Indoor RV Centers, where at each of our locations we store over 300 coaches indoors, always hooked up to either 30 amp or 50 amp service, whatever they require. So your coach is available all year round for use. All you have to do is give us a call, let us know you want to come and pick up your coach. We'll fill up your freshwater tank, check your tire pressure, take your coach outside, you pull up, hop in, and you're hitting the road. And this is where you would hook up to city water here. Hook your hose up. New for 2021, your freshwater tank is now right inside this area here. So they brought it above ground, so you've got more insulation. Also your batteries over on this side. So that is going to give you more clearance underneath your coach, and is going to make this an all seasons coach because you're not going to have to worry about being in those colder temperatures and having freezing being an issue. Okay, over on the driver's side, we have our disconnect for our inverter right here. So once you're storing your coach, you want to make sure you turn that off so there's no parasitic draw on your inverter. And then we've got our light for the back of the coach. We've got 2 USB charging ports, and we have a port where we can hook up additional solar panels. So you have 200 watts of solar up top. Your coach can handle up to 450, so you could add another solar panel up to 250 watts. Now you probably want to do a mobile unit, because if you're in a great shady spot like we are today, you're not going to get much solar power. So this way you can hook in here, walk your mobile solar panel out into the sunshine and get some extra solar power. And there is an extra port on top where you can plug in additional solar panel on your roof. All right, so one of my favorite things about the Revel is this screen door. Silly, I know, right? But it's just, there's so many features to it. So first of all, it's gonna unclip nice and easy on both sides. And then it just rolls down, and you can't see me anymore. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Now the great thing about this is that you don't have to put blackout shades on your door. This is your blackout shade. So once you want to go to bed, you can make it like a cave in here. Just zip that up if you want it to be really dark. And there's a little roll bar in here. So if I'm not going to use the blackout shade, I can just roll that in, and it's going to sit right there, no problem. So now I want to demonstrate this cool door for you. So how many of you have been tent camping? I'm guessing if you're a Revel buyer, that's how you have normally gone outdoors, and this Revel is giving you a lot more comfortable options. So the one thing I hate about tents is the darn zippers, because you're constantly getting them stuck. So this is the roll-off door. Check out that. So you just use a zipper to shut your screen, but now to go in and out of the Revel, you've got a magnet all the way down here and all the way down here. So it just comes right together, seals up. You're not going to get bugs in here. Even easy for your pets to go in and out if they'd like. But I just love this door. And with the screen, it may seem dark in here from outside, but from inside, it's really light and bright, and so it's kind of like bringing the outside in. Love this door, love the ease of it. Easy to black out, easy to have a screen door, and then easy access without having to mess with that zipper. And you also can open this fully if you just want no screen, beautiful day, no bugs. You can take that up and just hook it. So you have big window here. So on the driver's side of the coach, we've got our plug-in for our 30 amp shore power cord. And then we have our cassette toilet. I know you're all excited to see this. So this is really quite functional and easy to use. So you just push in here. You can lock this as well. Push in. All right, then to pull it out, you're just gonna push this blue lever up. All right, so then you just pull this out. Now, just so you know how this works, when I slide this in, it opens this, and then from inside, you open the valve so that everything can go in there. So obviously when you bring it out, you want to make sure that valve is shut, because this is going to be shut so that nothing spills out while you're moving. This is just a vent for your black tank, and then this is where if you wanted to fill chemicals in here. If you watch my RVing 101 series, I show how I like to use microblaze in the tanks, and you could use that in here too. Basically what it does is takes everything that's solid, and there's microbes that kind of eat it and make everything liquid. So it's much easier to dump, much easier to keep your tanks clean, and much easier to keep this cassette clean. So then you just pull this out. All right, then you can move this valve here so that you can go ahead and direct it however you need to so that you can dump into your sewer drain. And if you need to walk it a little bit of a distance, it's just a little traveling, case of poop. And then when you're all done doing the dirty work that none of us like to do, just make sure your cap is on tight here, turn it in. And again, this is a 5-gallon cassette tank. Then you just take it and you slide it right back into place. and you are good to go. Below the cassette, we have our gray waste tank drain. So here's our T-valve. This is where we're going to hook up our stinky slinky right here. We've got our lights here on our running board. Again, we have a D-ring on the front and the back of this running board. Love the Winnebagos, little W's, and just how sturdy this is. Remember, it's aluminum, it's E-coated, and then it's connected by steel into the steel chassis. All right, so here's the exhaust for our hydronic heating system, which is going to be our furnace. So you have two ways to get heat in your coach. You have the furnace, and then you also have an electric element. You're probably not going to use that very often because you do have to be plugged in to use the electric element. You do have the dual pane windows on the Revel, so again, that's going to give you more insulation and just keep it cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter inside. And you're probably wondering where you fill the fuel up in this coach. Well, it's right inside the front door here. So open it up and you've got your 24.5 diesel fuel tank. So let me show you some cool features just right inside the door. I want to note that on the 4x4, it's no longer a power door. You do get the power door though on the 2x2. All right, let's check out some of the changes they did on the inside of the Revel. All right, so one of the things again, voice of the customer here, they changed the table outside. So it's super easy to just unclip, bring that table down. You don't have a leg anymore. That was something that customers had told Winnebago they didn't like. So now we've got this tether here. And what's cool about that, the Revel is supposed to take you off road, right? You're supposed to be, you know, crazy places. So you may not always be level. So they've made it so you can easily change where you tether the table. Say, you know, you're a little bit off level, you can bring that up or down as needed. Right below the table, you've got your freshwater drains and your high and low point drains, so that if you need to winterize your coach, this is where you would drain those tanks. All right, so right above our refrigerator, we've got two 110 outlets. We've got our awning controls, so our light awning, and then our out and our in, your running board light and your patio light. So you've got your awning controls right here, or you can use the Carefree Awning app, which is really nice. So if you're sitting outside the coach in your lawn chair, you don't want to get up and extend the awnings, it's really easy to do from your app. So you just download the Carefree app. To connect it to your phone, you're just going to hit the awning in button when it's scanning to find it for like 3 seconds, and it will connect. So it's really easy to use. And then you just hit the extend. So look at that nice big awning, and it has no leg, nothing here on the side of the coach, so that's really nice. And then we can turn the lights on and off from our app too. The light will only work turning on and off with your app if you've got it in the on position here inside the coach. Just a little FYI. Then you also have a motion sensor on your awning, so if you've got a strong wind that comes up, it will automatically retract it. So you know, if you watch my other Revel video, that this is one of my favorite features. Just zip it right up. And then you've got this cool magnet here, and it just shuts, so you don't have to mess with that zipper. Easy open, easy shut. Your pets can get in and out. And then if you want to secure it, there is a little Velcro tab at the bottom, so it's just a little bit tighter, but it's just super easy to use. And then right inside the door, we have another grab bar with a ram track. So if you wanted to add a table here, you could easily do that. All right, so right inside the door, we've got an anchor, and we've got our fire extinguisher. So let's head inside and I can show you all the great features they've added for 2021 inside the coach. I'm so excited to show you all the new features in the 2021 Winnebago Revel 44E. So Winnebago really listened to the voice of the customer on the inside, some of the changes they made. So we're going to start right here with the refrigerator. We moved it from the galley to the entryway here, so you can easily get into it from outside the coach or inside the coach. And we also enlarged it. They took it from a 2.5 cubic feet refrigerator to a 3 cubic feet refrigerator. And it even has a little freezer. Look at that. And they've given us ice cubes. So we can put ice cubes, and we can put some ice cream sandwiches in there. Not really a gallon of ice cream. And even a spot for eggs. So really small, but if you plan ahead, make a list, I'm sure you can get everything in there that you need. Check out the storage in the Revel. First of all, we have this big compartment that's over the front chairs here, and that's nice and deep. I've got my blackout shades for the front dash. I've got my tabletop in here and my leg, and there's still more room. Then go over here. They changed the latch this year too, so it's more durable. Just holds right up there, which is nice. Everything is aluminum, molded, welded, super strong and sturdy, and all this has been e-coated as well. And we've got our little roof access port. So on the outside, I showed you the little black box. So this is already, if you want to put in a satellite or a Wi-Fi booster, the port is already there for you. You don't have to drill any holes into your roof. And this is where you'd access that from the inside of the coach. We've got two 110 outlets, two USB outlets, and a 12 volt receptacle. So nice deep storage. And remember that anytime they put a cabinet or shelf in here, it's going to be secured by a steel plate in the wall. So very strong. I could probably do a pull-up on this cabinet. All right, you're going to love the ultra leather they use this year. It's just nice and kind of buttery soft. Love that. There's storage behind this bench. So this bench, we've got two seat belts, one lap belt, and then one 3-point harness here. And then if you want to get to the storage behind the cushion, it just snaps off. And they've given us access. It's not huge, but you know what? It's nice that they've given us access to every little nook and cranny inside this Revel. We also have storage below the seat. So you just lift this up, and you've got a nice compartment here. Now there is a particular spot that we're going to use this. I'll show you that in a minute, but there's still a lot of extra space in there for more items. And then right here at my feet, I've got another storage compartment, and it's deeper than you think, and actually quite a bit bigger than you think. So great place for cords, cables, lots of different items you could put there. And I've got two 110 outlets right here. So right inside, we've got our breaker box and our fuse panel, and they're all nicely labeled for us. Another thing that we've got for this area is a table. So let me grab that. I've got that stowed right up here. So I've got my tabletop. So that just easily goes right spot there. Put the tabletop down. Really easy, so you can turn that tabletop too if you want to sit here and have this be your office, or if you want to sit in the captain's chair and do that, whatever is more comfortable. All right, then we have the cassette window. So this is really nice, very easy to black out that window, or if you want to open it, super easy as well. This is a dual pane window, and you just push it open as much as you want it to stay open, and then when you're ready to shut it, just push and it will come down. But before we shut it, we do want some fresh air. So let's go ahead, pull our screen down. I love that. Could it be easier? You don't have to mess around with the screen going back and forth. Just up and down, and it works so slick. And then just bring your window in, lock it into place, shut those blinds. All right, so this is kind of the control panel for the Revel. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this. This is our Euro lift. That's for the bed. I'll show you how that works in just a little bit, but basically you have to have the key in for it to go up or down. Then we've got our furnace. So here we have our Timberline furnace, so we can turn it on or off right there. This is our water heater. And we can also, if we turn on that furnace, we can set the temperature just really easy with our fingertip. Bring it all the way back to off. And then we've got our systems information, our display, so we can see how bright we want the display, when we want the display to time out. Our fan settings, a lot of customers want to be able to control how much power they're sending to their fan or the speed of the fan. And this is our clock. When the panel's asleep, it will still show the clock time. Then we have our service information. And this is just how long we want the water heater to run or the furnace to run. If we're away from the coach, we can set that. And our system info back to our display. Then we've got our lights for the coach here. This is for our bathroom light. This is the light for the galley in the living room. And then we've got the light for the linear light in the cab area. So one of the huge changes for 2021 in the Revel is the fact that Winnebago went from 3 AGM 31 group batteries to 2 lithium ion battery packs. So each battery pack is 125 amp hours, and the two together give you 3,125 usable watt hours. So you've got a lot more power in your batteries now than you did before. So that will help power your whole coach plus your AC unit. This is the power on and off for your batteries, so you just press and hold. Then we have our one place, which is going to be where we can turn on our water pump, and it's going to give us our tank levels. So our freshwater tank is empty and our gray waste tank is empty. Those are both 31-gallon tanks. And then it will show us also our battery level here. This is where we power on and off our Xantrex inverter. It's a 2,000 watt inverter. So that's the same size inverter that I have on a lot of my 45-foot diesel pushers. So pretty powerful there. And this is our solar charge controller for our solar panels. So if you're putting your coach into storage, you want to go ahead and disconnect this, all power to your solar. Okay, so we have lots of changes for the kitchen, and these are all voice of the customer. One of the things I really respect about Winnebago is that not only do they listen to the customer, they make changes after they've listened to the customer. So that just speaks to their integrity as a company. They want to make their customer happy, and they're very innovative. So I showed you this earlier. This came out from our under the bench storage. So this is extra counter space for our kitchen. And you just simply put the little legs in right here, and then it clicks right in. So it's nice and firm. So look at that extra counter space that you get in the kitchen. Then we have a bigger, deeper stainless steel sink and residential faucet. And then you'll notice that we have all this space because we don't have an induction cooktop up here. Well, this year Winnebago again listened to their customer, and we've got a portable induction cooktop. So we can go ahead and set it up here if we want. But again, if I'm, frying up some bacon and it's going to get greasy all over the coach, I'm going to go ahead and do that outside. Or salmon, something that's smelly, or if you just want the extra space, you can easily take it out of here, plug it in outside, and do your cooking outside. And one of the reasons you have the Revel is so that you can go off-road and do those things, so I love that option. So let's check out the storage that we have in the kitchen area here. So again, nice big compartment above the sink. And then if you look right underneath the cabinet, we've got our push button lights. We have another RAM track here, so we can add whatever we want there. They've given us a nice little basket so we can put spices in here, or whatever we want to clean the sink with, cleaning supplies. And we have 2 USB receptacles here. You can turn on our water pump right here. And then look at the drawer space that they've given us. Really nice. And this, again, another voice of the customer item. They made that deep enough so you could put a little waste basket in here and then tuck that away. All right, so here we have our pantry. So we've got adjustable shelves, so you can make those whatever height you need them to be, so you can maximize your storage space. All right, so we have our smoke alarm here, we have our soft touch vinyl ceiling, and we have our push button max fan. Let's head into the bathroom. So we're just going to unlatch the lock here all the way to the side there, and then you have to give it a pretty good little tug. It's quite secure, and it does fold up nicely. Okay, so you've got your shower curtain that you can snap in if you want. You've got your your shower head here, little handheld, or you can put it in the holder, hot and cold shower. You've got your vent that you can just turn on and off to air out that small space. And then we've got our bamboo mats. So if you're not going to use this as a bathroom, you can store a lot of stuff here in your bathroom with these mats. It's really nice that they've given those to us. So if you want to take them out, you can see what size of bathroom you'll have here. So we've got a little compartment here for our shampoos and soap and whatnot. And then we've got a protective cover for our toilet paper. And then we have our cassette toilet. So you can swivel this around. If someone wants to sit inside the bathroom, if you need a little more leg room, you can swivel it back this way. You're just going to add a little water right here into the system. And then this is how you flush it or open up the valve so that everything can go into your cassette 5-gallon black tank. And I love that you even have a little towel hook or a washcloth hook. All right, so finally back to our gear garage. We have lots of changes to talk about. First of all, the ones right here at my head. So we've added this cargo net here. We've got the ram mounts, and this is nice. You can throw, jumper cables up here, any kind of hoses or cords, or you can even put your bedding here. Nice space that's out of the way and easy to get to. Same with this right here. So this actually unzips and it's recessed, so it goes up quite fairly high. This is a great place for first aid kit or cables, whatever. I'm sure that you'll find a spot for everything in here. They've also added the cargo nets for us here. And we've got another one over here. Now, one of the big changes for 2021 is that they put the lithium-ion batteries inside the coach, and our freshwater tank is now inside the coach. So that's great because a lot of people obviously use the Revel for an all-terrain vehicle, gave you higher clearance outside, also gave you room for that spare tire, which is really nice. So we've got our compartment here. You can see we've got our 2 lithium-ion batteries, and we've got the little heat pack around them. When it starts to get cold, you can turn that on right here. The lithium doesn't really like extreme heat or cold, so this is going to help protect them because they'll stop charging when they get too cold. And then we've got our inverter right here, and we've got a little circuit breaker right there. We have our 2 110 outlets, and then this year Winnebago added the D-rings or anchors, whatever you want to call them. So we've got 6 back here in the gear garage. Also, take note of this floor. So this is a honeycomb-like floor. If you check out my Winnebago factory tour, I actually show a piece of it. It's a really cool material. It's a thermal break, plus it is water resistant. So that's great for this vehicle that you're going to take out and do rugged things with and throw, wet stuff in the back here. You're not going to have to worry about that. All right, so we have another great window back here for our bedroom, and easy as that. Put the screen up or shut the window and make it black out, so you can really make this dark back here, have a good night's sleep. Then we've got our push button lights here, 2 110 outlets. Then we have the lights for the bedroom, 2 USB ports, and 12-volt receptacle. All right, before I bring the bed down, the first thing I have to do is release this safety clip, which looks just like a seatbelt latch back here. So unclip that, get my key, put it in, turn it to the on position, and now I'm just going to bring that bed down. Winnebago makes all of its own molds. So they make these molds specifically for the Revel, have that little extra push out in them to give us the extra length for our bed. Winnebago makes all of its cushions and furniture, so this bed is going to be really comfortable. Also underneath we've got the wooden slats. That's going to give us more support and make it more comfortable as well. So it's really easy to just hop on your bed here. So I'm 5'6", and you can see that I can easily spread out. So the dimensions of the bed are 49 by 79. Right inside the door here, I have another RAM track. And obviously you can get to your 12-volt receptacle, your USB chargers, your push-on lights, and most importantly, we have an AC unit. Yay! So this is the Coleman Mach 10 NDQ quiet AC unit. This makes all the difference in the world. So digital, you control it right here, and you can control that airflow as well. And we have our carbon monoxide detector. All right, so we're finally to the dash area. Before we get to the dash, let's just go over a few things on the chair here. First of all, it's super comfortable, very automotive feel. And then we've got our knob here that's going to take the front down or up. And then this is going to raise the back or lower it. And then this turning knob here, you just turn it back to recline your seat or to bring it forward. And then we have the power lumbar support. All right, so right below the seats, we've got our fuse panel for the chassis. And again, we have our battery right in this area here. Now, to move the seat forward and backwards, there's a lever over here to my right that I just raise, and I can move that forward and backwards. And then when I get to where I want to swivel the chair, the lever is right in the center, and I pull it to the left. So we have nice storage compartments on the door. I can even get an extra drink right here. We've got our unlock and lock. This is a great grab handle so I can shut the coach door. And we've got our window controls, our mirror controls, and then we have the power fold-in mirrors. All right, right inside the door we have the release for our front hood. And then we'll go right up here to our light switch. So we have our daytime running lights, our auto, and our headlights. Now this is going to be our cornering fog lights when we're going under 20 miles per hour. These will turn with the coach. And then this is a European button. So it's a warning light on the back of the coach, both sides, that lights up. So if you're pulled over on the freeway, you may want to go ahead and turn those on just so people can see you. And then we've got our dim and bright, so we can change the brightness of our screen right in front of us. All right, this will allow us to move the steering column up and down and telescoping. And then just lock it into place. This is for our windshield wipers. Now, one of the cool things that it does have rain sensing wipers on the Mercedes chassis, and it's got the windshield wiper fluid in the actual windshield wipers. So push the button and you can see that water come, or the windshield wiper fluid come right out of the windshield wipers. And this uses 50% less windshield wiper fluid. All right, we have this nice little cubby above the dash. We've got 2 drink holders here, little extra space there, and we have the same space in front of our co-pilot, so 2 extra drink holders and extra space. And we have 2 drink holders here, 2 there. So all in all, the driver and the co-pilot have 5 spaces they can put drinks. There should be no reason you should ever fall asleep. You can have your Monster, your coffee, your Diet Coke, you know, water, what we really should have. But anyway, lots of space for drinks in the Mercedes chassis. So you can manually shift on the steering column itself. It's really easy. So on the left-hand side, you can shift down. There's a little negative, and then you've got your positive if you need to shift up. All right, so you can get a lot of information about your coach right here on the dash. So you can go to your home button here, and then this is going to act like your mouse. So you can scroll through different options. So we're going to go to service, and then we're going to go to our DEF. It's going to give us our DEF level right there. That's so nice. Go back. We'll get tire information once we're driving. Assist Plus, so it's going to let us know that we need service in 619 days. Engine oil level. Particulate filter. So this is really nice. Your diesel particulate filter, normally you don't know how full that is. Right now this is nice and empty, but if there are a whole lot more dots on the screen, then we want to go ahead and run our engine so that we could clean that out. All right, I can scroll through driver assist, trip information, and then we could just scroll down. Our nav system, radio, media, phone, we can Bluetooth our phone to the coach, and then we can go to settings. So we can go to vehicle settings, we can set our rain sensor, low sensitivity, standard, or sensitive, and display operation. So this I've made it so that I can see my DEF at all times, so you can choose that here, or you could take that away. But I like to have that up on the screen. So that's really handy. We can go to cruise control, hit that button right there. We'll be in cruise, and then we hit the button up to set it, and resume here, or cancel, hit down. Then this is our following distance. So for our adaptive cruise control, if we want it to be closer, so that it's more sensitive, we would hit it up. If we want it to be further away, like 3 car lengths difference, we would push it down. So we have our horn, and then we've got the information that I just showed on the dash we can put on the screen here. So we can go to our home button and then use this mouse again to scroll through the information. So again, I can do this all from the steering column, or it's touch screen as well. So let's say I want to go to my navigation. I can just touch it there. It will bring up my navigation. Home button, or let's say I want to have my radio control, but I really want to have my navigation first. I'm going to go ahead and move my radio over, lock that into place, and move my navigation so that it's the first thing I can touch. So you can customize this screen totally. And you've got your Hey Mercedes in there. It's kind of like Hey Siri, so you can ask it questions and it will interact with you. If you say find the nearest gas station, it will pull up the nearest gas station. So I can't show you much because you can activate that once you buy the unit, and then it's going to have voice recognition with your voice. And the little star button will take you right to your favorites over here. You push that and you can customize your favorites as well. This is your back button, and then that's your home screen button. Then you've got your voice commands here. So Hey Mercedes is coming up, and you can adjust the volume right there, answer a phone call, hang up a phone call. You've got your quick access buttons here. So this is going to take you to your camera when you're going below 7 miles per hour. You can go to your telephone, your nav, or your radio and media right there. You've got a volume control for your radio and media right here. This is going to be your home button, take you back to home. This is going to be your mute button. This is quick access for your vehicle, and you can see that this is touch screen as well. So your assistance is going to take you to your camera and parking, your traffic sign assist, so it's actually going to read those traffic signs for you, tell you the speed limit. Active lane assist keeping, active brake assist, attention assist, so that's actually going to monitor how you're driving when you first start driving. And if you've been driving for a long time and you start veering from your lane, it's going to tell you to take a break, get a cup of coffee. So really cool safety feature. And blind spot assist. So that's just a quick button that will take you to those features. And then this is going to be your, when you go to your radio and media, you can scan through your stations easily. All right, so we've got our four-wheel drive and our four-wheel drive low mode. So if you want to go into four-wheel drive on the Revel, you need to be going less than 7 miles per hour. And then you can click this button and go into four-wheel drive, or you can be stopped. This is four-wheel drive low mode, so this will keep you in a lower gear. Here's our control for our AC and heat, so you can adjust the heat up and cooling down, and our fan speed up and down. AC, the direction of the airflow. Our hazards, our defrost, you can lock and unlock the whole coach from here, and our rear defrost. And we've got our drink holders, and then right below here you have a USB-C outlet and 12 volt outlet. And then just below that, you've got a little slot right there. Occasionally, you'll say key not found or reset key. So to reset, you can just put your key in that slot, pull it out. Now we've also found a little trick to that. You can just unlock and lock to reset the key as well and not have to put it in that little slot. We've got a little secret compartment up here. Now you can plug in right here if you want to do Apple CarPlay. You have to have a USB-C cord, so you can plug that into your iPhone for Apple Auto or to your Android for Android Auto. You have a 12-volt receptacle, and then you've got 2 more USB-C ports here, so if you want to plug in and play music off your phone, you can do that right there. And right above the captain, co-captain's chairs, you've got this nice storage. You've got your sun visors. We've got our lights for the coach, and this is our little SOS emergency call button. If we are in help or if we've had an accident or something, you'd want to push that and it would notify Mercedes. All right, so your passenger seat is just like your driver's seat. You have a nice storage compartment right here. Below the passenger seat, you've got a little cubby where you've got a little space, but you want to be really careful about putting anything in there. There's a lot of wiring in there, and when you go to rotate your chair, you may get that all mixed up and pull some wires. So I would word to the wise, don't put stuff in that compartment. Then just in your step well here, you've got a compartment that you have your jack, and you've got some extra tools in this compartment right here. So now I'm going to put the blackout shades up. So there's a little key. You've got a D for driver and a P for passenger. That will help you out. And then these go at the top of the window. So you have magnets inside here, and so you just fit it right into that window. Now what I like to do is just open the door a little, and then we'll get a nice snug fit when you shut the door. It's not going to move. Then we're going to go ahead and get our front dash, and you just want to make sure you've got the Velcro at the top for the rear view mirror. Separate the Velcro area and wrap that around your rear view mirror, and then you're going to use your sun visor to hold that into place. And it's just super easy. All right, so today I'm not going to do my typical test drive because there's nothing typical about the Revel. So we're going to put the Revel to the test, and you get to come along for the ride. So this is going to be a bumpy course, so I'm going to go ahead and put it into 4-wheel drive. Now, to do that on the Revel, you either need to be below 6 miles per hour, or you know what, I just recommend pull over, come to a stop, and then you just push the button here, put it in drive, and we're ready to go. All right, hold on. It's gonna be fun. A little bumpy. All right, we're just going over some rough road here, rock, cobblestone. Bet it's handling it great. I just have to get used to that. Oh wow, chatterbox, here we go. All right, hold on. We're in for some more rough road. Oh, heck, the Revel doesn't even no problem. Here we go. It's super easy to drive. You're not even gonna have a problem, guys. Just, woo, woo, okay. All right, maybe we'll slow down a bit. Okay, well, that was an adventure. All right, so we've got a big, probably 30% grade that we're going up right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go into low range. So I'm going to come to a stop, push the low range button. Low range is on now, and I can go ahead and go into drive. All right, it's sort of like the rides at the amusement park. They're so much fun. Hang on. Easily up, and don't even have my foot on the brake or accelerators. We're going down. It does all the work for you. So this is an adventure. We're gonna go hit some really rough roads ahead, climb some rock. When else would you get to do this? here with me or at one of our AIM rallies? Yeah. All right. Let's see what we can do. All right, yeah. Okay, we're having some fun now. Okay, see, I do have the best job. Who gets to do this in their dress and heels? So just picture yourself. Arizona, Sedona, Zions, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands. Think of the places you can go off the grid in the Revel. So what are you waiting for? It's fun, it's safe, you're gonna have a great time. Give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. Thank you so much for joining me today on the tour of the 2021 Winnebago Revel. So I'm sure you're wondering how much this awesome coach would cost you. So MSRP is $180,622. If you want to find out what I can sell you this coach for, give us a call at 469-277-1330 or email me at Angie@nirvc.com. Go to our website, nirvc.com, and you can see all the options available to you. We have a ton of coaches on order. Let's put your name on one of those orders. At National Indoor RV Centers, we make it super easy to do business with us. We take in trades, we do consignments, we offer financing. Typically, most of my customers will finance something like this for 20 years. We offer extended service plans, so there's just so many things we do to make it easy, pleasant. This should be a fun experience. Give us a call. And also remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less at National Indoor RV Centers. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. Also, go check out my Winnebago factory tour video. I promise you, you'll love it to see the quality that they built into their coaches. So check that out. Also, go and check out my RVing 101 series, and then make sure you come and join us at one of our AIM rallies, our all-inclusive motorhome club. So we'd love to have you. I attend all of our rallies. They're super fun. I would love to meet you. Thank you so much for watching today, and have a great adventurous day.